to my channel Accounts Made Easy Class 11th and 12th. Do like, share and subscribe my channel for my further videos. Today we are going to start with a topic called cash book. Let us see what is cash book. My question to you all is, what is cash book? And is cash book a journal or a ledger? We need to get our concept clear on this. Let us see what is it. First we'll try to understand what is cash book. Cash book is a book of original entry where all cash and bank transactions are recorded. That means cash book records only the receipts and the payment of the cash type of transactions. Students, make a note, we do not record credit transaction in cash book. We'll record only cash related transaction. If a cash is coming in the business, we'll record, and if the cash is going out of the business, we will record it. Now my second question is cash book a journal or a ledger? The answer is it is both. Okay. Why? Because cash book is both journal as well as ledger, because all cash transactions are first recorded where, students, it is recorded in cash book. So in journal entry also we have learned that concept. All the financial transactions are first recorded in which book? It is recorded in journal. So same way cash book also possesses the same feature. All cash transactions are first recorded in cash book. So cash book, yes, definitely it is a journal. And why it is a ledger? Because like ledger, cash account has two sides, debit and credit. Now let us see the next topic. What is types of cash book? There are basically three types of cash book: single column, double column and triple column cash book. But we will be discussing only about single column and triple column cash book. So my question is, what is triple column cash book? Triple column cash book is where we record all the three transactions related to cash, bank and discount. So students, whenever there is cash and bank transaction or discount allowed, discount receipt, all these three are coming together. That means you are maintaining triple column cash book. Next is single column cash book. What is single column cash book? It is a book where only cash transactions are recorded. That means we will not record any bank transaction. Only cash transactions will be recorded here. So that is single column cash book. So what are the types of cash book? Single column cash book, double column cash book and triple column cash book. But as I told you, we will be discussing sums only about single column cash book and triple column cash book. Now this is a question for single column cash book. Let's see what is asked in the question. Enter the following transaction in a single column cash book for the month of January 2008. So for only 1 month we need to make a single column cash book, and there are certain transactions which have happened in that particular month. Before starting of the month, there was some cash balance of rupees 2000. So with this we'll be starting our sum and we will see what other postings that has to be done. Let us see how to do the single column cash book. It's exactly like a cash account. They have two sides. One is receipt side, another is payment side. Cash in hand 2000 is the opening balance. So opening balance of any asset is recorded on the debit side. So we'll write here Jan 1 to balance brought down 2000. Now what is happening on Jan 2? We are selling some goods for 18,000. So when we sell any goods, we know the journal entry, it is cash account debit to sales account. So we are receiving money, and as I told you, this side is receipt side and this side is payment side. Remember, cash account is an asset account and we follow modern classification rule. Asset, if it increases, it goes on the debit side, and if it decreases, it goes on the credit side. So January transactions, it is happening, goods sold 18,000, so we are recording on the debit side. Paid salary to the employee 10,000. So what I am doing on Jan 4, I am paying salary, so I am recording on the payment side. By salary 10,000. Payment made to a creditor A by check rupees 5,000. This is happening on Jan 6. But mark students, this payment is done by check. So as I told you, in single column cash book, we do not record any transaction that is related to check or bank. Okay, so remember, this is very important. Don't record any transactions which are related to your bank in single column cash book. Only cash transaction comes here. Then we move to the next, Jan 8. Again there is a cash sales of rupees 30,000, out of which 5,000 is immediately deposited into bank. That means only 25,000 was cash transactions. Okay, because out of 30,000, 5,000 have gone into bank. So what is the journal entry for cash sales? It is cash account debit to sales account. So A, it's recorded here on the debit side. To sales 25,000 in the amount column. You will not write 30,000 because out of that 5,000 has gone into the bank, and the entry for that is bank account debit to sales account, and we don't record any check transaction, so it will not come here. Next, Jan 9, cash sales of 28,000, out of which 10,000 was deposited into the bank on 12th of January. Now we know in this date, Jan 9, there was a cash sales of 28,000, out of which they deposited though into the bank, but they deposited on which date? 10,000. On which date? 12th January. So on Jan 9 we will be recording full amount. To sales 28,000, cash to sales. Because this 10,000 effect we cannot show on Jan 9. We have to show it on Jan 12th. After this Jan 12, as I told you, we are depositing the money into bank. So the entry will be bank account debit to cash account 10,000. So by bank 10,000 will come on the payment side because money is going out from cash account and you are depositing the money in bank. Purchase goods from Hariram 6,000. Again we are doing some payment on Jan 15th, but here we are not said that we are doing a cash purchase. It is a credit purchase, so we will not record it here. Paid to transporter 1,000 rupees. So payment side by transporter 1,000 rupees. Sold goods to Manik Chand 3,000. Again here it's not said it is cash sales, right? So we will not record it here. Remember, in cash book only cash transactions are recorded. Then Jan 28 paid electricity bill 500. So we are recording it on the payment side. Paid to Mr. Sharma rupees 140 and discount received rupees 10. So we are paying how much money to Sharma? Only rupees 140, and the discount 10 rupees that you all are receiving, you will not record it here because this is single column cash book. So when we make payment to Mr. Sharma, the entry is Mr. Sharma to cash, so it will go on your payment side by Mr. Sharma in your amount column 140. So how will we close this cash book? Same like we used to close our ledger. On the debit side, you total and minus it from all the amounts that are there on the payment side. So you will get closing balance of 51,360 in your cash book. Okay, so this balance will be reflected as your closing balance for the month of January, and that will become the opening balance for the next month, Feb 1st 2008, 51,360. Okay, so 51,360 is the balance which has been carried from forward from Jan to Feb month. So this is the making of single column cash book. Okay, now we'll see what is the format for triple column cash book. Okay, this is the format for triple column cash book. Again, the cash book is having a two side. One is debit, another is credit. This side is called receipt side and this side is called payment side. Date, particulars, voucher number, LF, discount allowed, cash, bank. This is receipt side, and the payment side, date, particulars, voucher number, LF, discount received, cash and bank on the payment side. Note, this is discount allowed and this is discount received. Okay, so when we are allowing discount we will record it here, and when we are receiving discount we will record it here. So let us do the sums now. Okay, now this is the question that is there for triple column cash book. Let us see how to solve the sum. First, what is happening here? On October 1, 2019, there are some cash balance of 50,000 and bank balance of 25,000, but bank balance is credit balance. That means there is bank overdraft. So what will record cash balance 50,000? As I told you, cash is an asset. Asset have a debit balance. So October 1, 2019, two balance brought down in cash column 50,000. And this 25,000 of bank, it is an overdraft balance. So it's a liability for us. So we'll record it on the credit side. Buy balance brought down and in bank column 25,000 rupees. Then October 2, received cash from sales 10,000 and deposited into the bank. Okay. So what is happening here? You are receiving cash from the sales transaction of 10,000 and how much we are depositing? We are depositing this entire 10,000 into bank. So that's what question means. So journal entry will be what? Bank account debit to sales account. So October 2, since we are receiving money, we are going on the receipt side and we are recording to sales account and in bank column 10,000. October 5, purchase goods from Mohan on credit of the list price of rupees 15,000. Out of this amount, he allowed a trade discount of 20%. So when I am purchasing a goods from Mohan of 15,000, out of that I am allowing a trade discount of 20%. But October 5th transaction will not come here in the cash book because it is a credit transaction. October 10. Deposit the required cash into the bank to reduce the overdraft balance. This is very important line. What is happening since we know we started with an overdraft balance of 25,000? What is the company doing? Whatever transaction happened after that, they are checking on if there is still bank overdraft. They will deposit that much amount into the bank so that the overdraft limit does not exist. So how to know that amount? It's very simple. What is the overdraft balance? 25,000. How much is our cash balance in the beginning? 50,000 rupees. And how much is the amount that is deposited into the bank? It is 10,000 rupees. So overdraft balance, if it is 25,000 and you have already submitted 10,000 in your bank, so still how much money is there as an overdraft? Only 15,000 rupees. Out of 25,000, it is going in negative balance, but you have deposited 10,000 now. So the negative balance has gone down from 25,000 to 15,000 rupees because 10,000 you have added the money into the bank. Okay. So 15,000 rupees is the amount which you are supposed to now deposit into the bank so that overdraft limit does not exist now. So October 10, when we are depositing that money of 15,000 into the bank, the entry is bank account debit to cash account. Again, very important point. Since we are making triple column cash book and we are making both cash and bank transactions, and the entry is what? Bank account debit to cash account. So whenever any transaction, any journal entry, only bank and cash comes, mark my word, only bank and cash come, that type of entry is called contra entry. So October 10 to cash account, contra entry symbol will put and we will write in the bank column. The same transaction will have an effect here also on the payment side as buy bank account, contra entry symbol and cash column 15,000. Here if you see October 10 again that it is coming on both the side. Why it is coming on the both the side? One transaction we are posting for the bank because in our journal entry bank is on the debit side, and for the cash if we look in the journal entry cash is on the credit side. So cash money is going out from cash account, so we have to reduce the cash balance by 15,000 and money is getting deposited in our bank account, so we have to increase the balance of bank by 15,000. So this is the way we do the contra entry. Receipt check from Mr. Mohan 20,000 on October 12th. So we are receiving a check. So entry is bank to Mohan. So again on the receipt side to Mohan account and in cash column we will record 20,000. Why cash column? Though we have received check, it is not said in the question that you are depositing on the same day. So remember, whenever you receive any check from the customer, if you are depositing on not on the same day, you cannot write in bank column. You have to write in cash column 20,000 rupees. October 15, paid rent 5,000. So buy rent 5,000 in cash column. Paid bank charges 500. Again October 18 on the payment side, buy bank charges 500. Check received from the Mohan deposited into the bank. So now on October 20, the check which you received on October 12, you are depositing it. So it becomes now the contra entry because already you have recorded that amount in your cash column on October 12. So it's lying in your cash account. So what are we doing? We are now going to deposit on October 20 in our bank account. So journal entry will be what? Bank account debit to cash account. So since it is a contra entry, the effect will be shown again on both the side. Here on the debit side, bank account debit to cash account, bank is increasing, right? So here on the debit side in bank column 20,000 and opposite account name is to cash account. And on the payment side October 20, we are writing by bank account because our cash balance is reducing by 20,000 because money is going from cash account to bank account. So we have to show, remember, both the side effect whenever contra entry is there. October 25th, paid check of rupees 9,800 to Mr. Rakesh in full settlement of 10,000. That means we were supposed to pay 10,000 to Mr. Rakesh, but we paid only how much? 9,800 students. So 20 rupees is the discount that you have received. Okay. So by Rakesh account in discount received 200 rupees that you have received as discount, not 20, sorry, and 9,800 will go in your bank. October 28th, check paid to Rakesh dishonored. So the payment that we are doing to Rakesh on October 25th, that check became dishonored. So when the check became dishonored, the journal entry will be bank account debit to Rakesh because when we paid, the entry was Rakesh to bank, and when it gets dishonored, it will be the reverse. That will be bank to Rakesh. October 28th, bank account debit to Rakesh account, and in bank column 9,800. October 30, balance in cash should be maintained 1,000 rupees and excess deposited in bank. This is again very important where it said in cash account they want closing balance of only 1,000 rupees. So that means any extra amount over and above 1,000 rupees you will deposit where? In your bank account. So how will we know that? Look here. First you will total cash column 50,000 plus 20,000. It is 70,000 minus 15,000 minus 5,000 minus 20,000 minus 29,000. So whatever amount you are getting, from that you minus 1,000. Okay. So remaining amount that you will get is 29,000 rupees, students. Okay. So what was my balance earlier? Again I am repeating 50,000 plus 20,000 70,000 minus 15,000 minus 5,000. So that will be again 50,000 minus 20,000 will be 30,000. So 30,000 is the cash balance as of now. But I can keep only how much closing balance? I can keep only 1,000 rupees. So from 30,000, if I minus 1,000, what is the remaining amount that will go and deposit into the bank? It will be 29,000 rupees. So if 29,000 you are depositing into the bank, we have to again show the contra entry, bank account debit to cash account. So it will be reflected again on both the side. Here to cash account in bank column 29,000 because bank is increasing, and here again on October 30 by bank, and in cash column 29,000. Okay, so that is the way it is record done in the sum whenever they are telling to maintain 1,000 rupees as cash balance and excess to be deposited into the bank. So remaining, now we have to find the closing balance for the bank. How will you find? Again you just total your debit side and minus all your credit side value. So last closing balance of bank you will get 48,500. Okay, this is the making of triple column cash book. I hope students you understood to this session. Now I please request you to do like and subscribe my channel so I get an inspiration to make more videos. Thank you.